Yo, it's your boy, Sweet Tooth, and Flutter Pyrox is coming at you live. Gonna get seduced. You're gonna get bread? But I gotta get seduced. There's so plenty here.
There's so many people.
Some random people that
Look at
are...
all the people.
Random people, my dead grandfather's house, bleeding all over my floor and forcing me to kiss one of them.
And I didn't just walk out of the house and call the cops.
Then called no cops.
They didn't even stop me from calling the cops. They're just sitting there staring at us now.
Like a gang. What if it's a gang?
What if they are a gang?
Exactly.
We're already in gang wars.
Where's my two other friends? Let's have gang wars. We were talking about it. Let's be the bubblegum gang.
Well, no, you said it was like the Trinity Corporation's gang. No.
Yeah.
That's what you named it.
Triple Corporation, I guess. Trinity, whatever.
You're corporate executives. All three of you.
So, what exactly are all of you doing in my house?
Miss, please forgive us in our intrusion. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration.
What do you mean? You don't just barge into people's homes.
We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives. Luckily for us, your home was near and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside.
Okay, were you actually involved in a gang war or something? Last time I remember, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping on private property. Yeah. Although considering the severity of their wounds, it had to be serious. I guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had absolutely no right to do that.
Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain, truly. We're not exactly normal.
Not normal. What are you guys, demons or something? I asked almost jokingly, but the boys seemed to take my question differently.
Well, yeah, actually, something like that.
You're demons? What? Are you guys are demons?
We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive.
What? Incubi? What are you doing in my grandfather's house, you freaking demons? Incubi, the fabled demons that exist to haunt humans and make them sex-crazed monsters? The mythical beings that could look like anyone just get into your pants? The imaginary monsters? PG-16, guys, this is PG-16. The imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or on TV.
Hello? Did you hear him?
What? Hello, did you hear him?
We're telling the truth.
Do you think she's still processing it?
Yes, and she'll understand right about...
I'm demanding kisses works every night.
Right. It was funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't... Incubuses? Don't exist. There was no way they existed. That was practically impossible.
Beep, beep.
Alright, open the door and show them out, because a demon is normally not allowed to enter a property without being certainly invited.
Isn't that just vampires?
They were not invited. No, demons too.
Grandpa invited them in.
Grandpa invited incubi? Dad, is this why Dad is mad at them? Mad at Grandpa? Wait, does this mean Dad knew and Dad just dropped me off at Grandpa's place and knew the secret ways of Grandpa summoning incubi? Oh my god. This is weird. That would be a weird plot twist. Dad, come back. There's incubi in Grandpa's place, bleeding all over the floors and trying to force me to kiss them. Need help. Dad? Need help. There was no way they existed. Oh my god, that's why our name was Trinity Corporation. Okay.
What?
I am the angel that will fight the demons. I don't know. There was no way they existed. That would be practically impossible.
Ahem. Incubi is the correct plural form. And yes, we do exist.
Yeah, it is. Thanks. You corrected it. Prove it. Prove it? Look, no, don't say prove it. They'll prove it. As soon as the words left my mouth, I instantly regretted them. Of course you will.
Very well. Eric, go ahead.
Very well.
Oh my god.
My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-belief. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it. And maybe you'll even want more.
Not really. Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity, staring into Eric's eyes. I felt waves of heat course through my chest and onto my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer. Yeah, okay. Yeah. With another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again in my chest, and my mind was sent spinning in a heated, passion-filled pleasure, yet I could feel my body drain of energy as it kissed me.
All right, that's enough.
Aw, very well. I feel so much better.
As he pulled away, I was left in a mental mush pool. I felt weak in the knees, despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of the boys before me. See, this is the point where you invest in a cross. The world around me began to spin as I tried to speak. I think I'm going to...
What are our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers. Sam, Eric, Matthew, and Damien.
Damien, that's such a cliched demon name.
Miss, are you okay?
Shit. She fainted.
I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real. It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of the incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me. My eyes unwillingly opened. Where? I awoke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Oh wait, I lived at my grandfather's house now. Of course it would be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings.
They seduced you so hard you passed out.
I guess. You know, that's the worst place to actually fall unconscious with 5 strangers. I was still in the clothes that I arrived at the house in, but I was laying in a silk-covered bed. I remember coming in the afternoon, so why was it night time already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but I suddenly realized that I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
I am, Damien. Huh? Since when was he standing there? And who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom? Did we... There's no way. Sorry, I think I was saying my thoughts out loud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. Tell him to get out of your room. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted. And that was how things came to this. Oh. He was leaning against the far wall, looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities that this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under an incubus's power, especially in a bedroom.
Then call the police.
I feel like one of these options is going to lead into Bad Zone, but I don't know which.
Hard decision.
Well, protect yourself. I instantly jumped up and grabbed a pillow, covering myself with it. I felt stupid, yes, but who knew what this guy could do?
Grab a
Do
pillow
your...
to protect yourself.
No! No, you do not say do your worst. This time I'm prepared.
Get the fuck out.
No, this was your mistake, Mika. Last time you said prove it. Now you're saying do your worst? He
Next thing you
didn't...
know, you'll be saying, eat me.
He didn't move. I guessed that he wasn't going to attack me. Sorry. One thing still concerned me, though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Oh, thank God. Huh? How?
I can read minds. It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability,
that means you've
outside
already
of our
used your
usual
power on me.
mind-altering powers.
Great. Even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in. So how long are you guys going to stay here? I thought you guys are just going to stay here until you're healed or something. I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours.
Well, now they're gonna stay here.
It's
till you
already
get
gotten
properly
quite dark
seduced.
outside.
Yeah, probably. Where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs, cleaning up the blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
Oh, sweet. What are they making? That's unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home, and two of us using our powers on you.
You got a point. Right, I had forgotten about that. Still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it was pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All of this seemed pretty unreal. Yeah. It was like something out of those romance novels that Naomi sometimes read. I wish I could have just gone back to sleep and forgotten all about this. Maybe I should have just called the police on them. But you really should have called an exorcist. Then I would have never landed myself in this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa!
Trust me, I won't let you go.
Okay, those are creepy words, man. Not so sure about this.
I promise.
Okay. I trust you, Mr. Stranger Incubus.
Good.
Alright. I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong and manly.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
I decided to close my mouth for the time being so that I wouldn't weird him out or make things more awkward than they already were. Well, he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listening to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. Damien seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more in admiration? Once we reached the lobby, I decided that I felt well enough to walk on my own. As strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want to make him carry me everywhere. You know, Damien's more like the incubus that doesn't act like an incubus at all. Which is kind of weird, because that's not how incubus act. Yeah, that would be mortifying. Thanks for carrying me, but I think I can walk by myself now. Not saying that I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it. Not in a weird way, of course. It's not like I get carried around all the time. What I'm trying to say is that it was really nice of you to do that. I started to fumble over my words again. Real smooth.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
Alright, see you. He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi!
Hey. Suddenly a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh, wait. Ah, you're Matthew, right?
That's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
Demons were worried? Fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red. Do you feel sick?
No, I'm fine. I'm sure of it. I must have been blushing when Damien was carrying me downstairs. How embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Eric didn't make you upset.
It's okay. After all, I did hit Sam after what he did. And about Eric, I just wanted you guys to prove to me what you were saying. I suppose incubi are real, then. I wondered how exactly I got myself into this mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up at Lizette. Now this? I certainly had a knack for getting myself into sticky situations.
Oh, I have an idea.
Does it involve economics? Because if it doesn't, it's not really going to help me at school. He shoved his hands into his pockets with a cheery grin on his face.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
Oh, what the? What is that? What is that? What is that, Matthew?
Demon squirrel.
Demon squirrel, huh? It has a knife. Oh.
Oh my god, it does.
Don't get too close to it, Mika. Come on now. What is that exactly? He smiled as if to wave it off, but when he opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock.
Wait a second. What did I just make?
What he produced from his pocket was a creepy-looking doll. That's a doll? Oh, okay.
Ah, what is that?
Yeah, what is that? I'm not sure. PG-16, guys. His face paled considerably, and he dropped it onto the floor, scooting away from it frantically.
Get it away from me! It might be possessed by a demon or something!
But isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make! I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
I don't know, it's pretty cool. Stumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet. It's okay, you don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique. I think I'll keep it.
But it looks so creepy.
Nah, it's cool. I like it. As long as it doesn't stab me. It's not gonna stab me, right, Matthew? Right? It's not gonna stab me. It's the thoughts that counts, right? You wanted to cheer me up, after all. I picked up the doll and looked at it closely. Sure, it looked pretty weird at first, but it could be cute if I looked at it from a certain angle. I gave him a small smile. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's good to see you smiling, even though the thing I made still kind of creeps me out.
What's that thing in the lower right?
Anyway, you should come with me to the dining room. We're almost finished with the food, and, well, I don't mean to brag, but we're pretty decent chefs.
Okay. Sounds great. Lead the way. Something smells good. Stomach rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
Yeah, the girl's awake. I have a name. I have a name, you know.
Should we really care?
Should I care about you?
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiotic mouth of yours.
Yeah, you really suck at seducing, Sam.
Whatever.
Try better, Sam. Get good.
I apologize for his attitude.
That's fine.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we prepared for you.
Yeah, what you got? For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting into my head and distracting me. Ah, that's right. Damien and Matthew mentioned that they were making dinner as an apology. Wait, you didn't have to.
We insist. Besides, it's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
What's that mean? Alright, well, thank you. Matthew put down the last of the plates on the table and bowed a bit exaggerately to me, gesturing to the table with a sweeping motion.
Ah, there we go. Dinner's all served.
The table was filled with various foods from an eclectic selection of cuisines. One portion of the table was filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, and another portion some yummy-looking desserts. Ah, so we must be in Japan. And there was yet more and more plates that I could have possibly imagined. Whoa, that's a lot of food, and all looks so good.
We hope you enjoy it, my sweet.
Yeah, screw off, Eric. What, sweet me?
That's enough, Eric.
You're no fun, James.
I don't need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow me.
Oh, you took his arm. Mika is the one getting so clingy to him. Holy crap. I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered arm. James seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that there was something that set him apart from his brothers. Not to mention, he didn't really seem to hold much appreciation for them.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
You're the guys that broke into my house. Well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
No, you tell me why you broke into my house. Yeah, sure. To put it briefly, I just moved here today.
That explains the luggage you brought in when you came through the front doors. By the way, we put your belongings in the room you were sleeping in. That seems to be the master bedroom, I believe.
I don't know, I just got here. Thanks, this house is really big. I don't think I've explored the entirety of the estate when I was a child.
You lived here before?
No. Truth be told, this is my grandfather's house. I used to visit him all the time when I was younger.
May I ask why you now live in your grandfather's house?
He actually passed away yesterday. It was bequeathed to me in his will, and I was sent to live here, whether I liked it or not. I haven't seen the word bequeathed in a long time.
My condolences. It seems like you don't like the idea of living here.
It's not that I don't like this house or that I don't have fond memories of being here. It's just the implications that come with staying at this estate. It's kind of complicated to explain.
How do you feel about it?
Certainly wasn't expecting that question, but in a good way. It was different from what I had heard the entire day at school. I appreciated the fact that he was willing to listen. I feel angry, sad, scared, and confused. It's hard picking out the different emotions that I'm feeling right now. I wish I was stronger.
You don't have to be strong.
What do you mean?
I understand that you're going through a difficult time, so it's okay to feel those emotions. You don't have to be strong at all.
Okay, you're a liar. For demons that have to be strong, you're a liar. Thank you.
Are you all right? There seems to be a small bruise on your cheek.
Are you starting to feel properly seduced?
No, there isn't. I fell down the stairs. Caught me off guard with that comment. I thought no one would have noticed something as small as that. Oh, I'm fine. He stopped and leaned in close, a bit too close for comfort, or maybe it was just me, inspecting my face. He was really quite tall, having to bend over so much to just look at me straight in the face. It was hard to look at him, especially when he was so close. After a few seconds, he straightened up and began walking again.
Well, if you're having any problems, I'm always here to listen.
It's really kind of you to offer, and it's really strange that demons are trying to be this kind.
My pleasure. Here's your seat.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady.
No, fuck off, Eric. Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my strings. Stop using your power on me, you ass. God damn, it's like third or fourth time. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charmer of the demons, yet there was a little distance in his eyes.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Huh? Oh yeah, when I didn't believe that they were incubi. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and grab a kiss for no reason.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
Suddenly Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie, though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling you melt in my arms.
Okay, back off, Eric. That's enough. I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. Nah, he's fine. Sam's a real ass. You sure are quite the charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh. Well, like you're trying to get in my pants off half the time.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Alright. Something tells me that there's more to it than that. For a moment he looked away, losing a bit of a smile. Before I could question it, though, he turned back to me with a new teasing smile.
Did you want there to be more?
I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chuckled again in my ear.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
I felt my face heat up, and simply from his words, I then felt Eric take my hand and kiss it gently.
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all of the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a frown.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a kid. He was adorable. However, I couldn't help but feel like, in a way, he was so much more mature than the others, especially Eric.
Huh? Is something funny?
No, it's nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Who can read the mind again? Oh, right, Damien. Damien's the one that can read minds. Alright.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
You don't know that yet. This is like first day we met. I could be a serial killer for all you guys know.
Eric, knock it off.
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big tough act, and it was obvious he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys. But was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
Yeah, I want a massage, spa treatment.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
By the way, I don't believe we caught your name even though you know each of us.
I'm Mika.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
Yeah, that's a nice name.
They were all comfortable around me, despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it were natural for them to be around humans. I guess that was just how incubi worked. But I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me? All at once, they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having all of them look at me made me feel kind of important, like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I want to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Yeah, like being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appeared in your house was perfectly understandable.
Oh, how do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
I'm just saying. How is that difficult to understand?
No, I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits. So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
It's fine, I guess. So you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
Huh? Me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy. But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
Okay, please stop saying sexual energy. I'm still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just kisses that gave them power, it was anything physical. No wonder I was out for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time I could almost hear a warning siren going off in my head. There you go. Pay attention to that sign.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, where's the nearest exorcist? What do you all plan to do now?
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At that moment, I didn't know what came over me, but I was suddenly felt sorry for them. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know a bunch of other stuff. It probably would cause chaos all over town. How wouldn't they? Demons usually have a good grasp of the way the world works. Or on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs for research. That was even worse. Taken in by who? Humans? I mean, if they get taken in by the police and just questioned, then they can't escape. It's pretty pathetic. But most of all, it reminded me of back then. I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy all the while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any other drama that may have risen. Not really feeling it. Okay. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with a scrap. Soon became lost. Not feeling this flashback, man. It was just... This flashback is not going to help me get seduced.
Hun, is that
Not
you?
seduced yet?
Why am I thinking about Grandma at the point when I got seduced by incubi?
But I thought you liked Grandpa.
I do. But the timing is off.
You shouldn't be here when I'm getting seduced.
Am I looking down at Grandpa?
I don't know.
How short is he? What is he, 4 feet tall? 5 feet? Why is there police sirens outside? From that moment, things began to change. Life had changed, I had changed. Okay. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea because they're going to sap you of energy, and you have to have enough energy in order to go to school. If you don't go to school, you're not going to get to, work at the toy place. If you don't work at the toy place, You're not going to be up to father's standards. All because you have a bunch of incubi that inhabit your grandfather's house right after he died, and now sapping your energy every single day. 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I had imagined when I first moved in. It was a matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living in my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh God. Imagine if my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. Ugh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before actually having to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Okay, Grandpa. Thanks. It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same exact situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as that sounded. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could...
What was that, lovely lady?
Don't you interrupt me, Eric. I'm trying to do a speech here with my mumbling. That is,
Spit it out already.
No, screw you, Sam. I'm trying to make a speech. You can stay here with me if you like. As soon as I finish my... That's it? You just told them they could stay here if you like? You should probably elaborate. Like rules and conditions.
Nope, they just get to live here now.
No touchy. I gotta be prepared for school. I can't be constantly drained. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads for my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things that I need all of you to follow. Exactly.
Yes?
First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, save for enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah, you're servants, slaves now. You're part of my harem.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
Nah, you guys are kind of pushovers for demons anyways. It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
Don't complain, Eric. You're part of the slave harem now.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Sam. You done. You done, Sam.
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
Yes, Sam. Matthew needs to sleep, so shut your mouth. They all seemed to like the idea, except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me with taking care of the house, given they would follow the rules that I had just laid down.
Grr, fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
Well, get good, Sam. Get good.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yep, you bunch of weaklings that can't fight other misfits or whatever outside can just stay here and be part of the harem. That's it. I own you. All of you. All 5.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. If you need a bedfellow.
Yes.
Eric, knock it off.
That was a weak attempt. Start of something new. Achievement unlocked. If that was an attempt at seducing, that was pretty weak, Eric. I'm gonna have to try again. I was happy they agreed. Maybe it wasn't because I wasn't. Maybe it was because I wasn't. Oh, that's weird. Weird wording again. Maybe it was because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it was because they all needed help and my want to help people was... See, you put help in there twice. And I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in!
Yeah.
Finally, I'm starving.
Yeah. Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James' eye twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs!
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
You guys eat food? I thought you absorb energy. What kind of incubi are you?
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. Nah, hold it in. I merely smiled before I took some food for myself. There was one piece of food that intrigued me. It was barely touched by the boys. It looked like green pasta with shrimp over it. Huh? What's this?
That, miss, is a shrimp pesto dish. Pastas are my specialty, so I'm positive you'll enjoy it.
You missed a good pun opportunity right there. You should have said, pastas are my specialty, so I'm positive you will enjoy it. I twirled some fork around my fork and tried it. I could feel my senses open as my taste buds practically melted in delight as the taste. At the taste. Oh. It was creamy and savory, almost impossible to describe. This is amazing.
I'm glad you like it. At least someone here in the room has taste.
Oh, James is calling all the rest of you out. Matthew and Sam glared at James before they continued to eat. I couldn't help but smile at the brotherly quarrel before eating the rest of the pasta on my plate. James seemed to really hold high standards for his brothers, though it wasn't my place to question why. Eventually we all ate dinner together. It was strange eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. It made me feel like a part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed.
You turn the tables on me now. You trap me in your cage somehow. I can never escape from you, but baby, that's alright.
Don't worry, guys. It's just my ringtone. It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Oh, that's okay, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
Oh, sounds great. House party tomorrow night, so soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. I was expected to act on the drop of a dime, from moving immediately the day after a funeral to my grandfather's house, to now organizing a party. I know. Well, since I don't actually exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm going to need some time to prepare things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
I know, I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
Well, technically the only reason that the father probably wants to throw a party so soon is that he can get inside the mansion, because there might be something inside the mansion that the grandpa did not want him to see. I love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I going to do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Yes, Damien. Thanks for reading my mind. Out loud. That must be your actual ability. Not only reading minds, but reading my mind out loud to everybody else. But yeah, I gotta do it soon, or my parents will be really disappointed. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, slave.
I don't see why not.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Don't have a fit, Sam. You know what a servant does.
Sam?
Back off!
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
Alright. And whip Sam into shape. He needs to learn how to be a servant. That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer help off the bat. Especially since they're supposed to be demons. They're the weirdest demons I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. Now that I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, princess?
Yep. Been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all going to sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Oh, got it. Alright then, I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good night.
I will. You too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room, and hopefully nobody barges
Eric,
into my room.
No.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Yes, he was.
Shh!
As soon as I got in my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Lock your door. They are going to try to break in. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from that nap. I dragged myself to my bed and hauled up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. The words on the page scrambled in my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 tries I managed to understand what the page was about. Equations. Ugh. Finally, I decided to change into my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day and I needed the rest. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row would kill me. With that thought in my mind, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber.
You fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol!
What's going on? Couldn't move my body. I felt like I was tied up and I couldn't see anything beyond the darkness that surrounded me. Yet I could hear the sounds of a heated argument coming at me from all directions.
One move and she gets it!
Let her go!
Matthew?
Come on, chicken shit. Fight us like a real man.
Like you scare me, Sam! Come on! Take one step, I dare ya.
Why can't I see?
Stay away from her, Malix!
And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
Suddenly I felt myself pulled to one side and arms wrapped around my body protectively.
I've got you. Don't worry.
Huh, Eric? As I was held in a tight embrace, I felt the world around me once again settle into a low, peaceful hum. The hostility of the dream before it had faded into black as the arms around me rocked me comfortingly. Slowly, though, my eyes fluttered or opened, and I looked up to the person holding me. Damien? I stared into the eyes of Damien. His face was painted with worry and concern, and I knew he must have seen my dream. Why did I dream of Eric holding me, though?
You can't control your dreams.
Oh, well, I guess you're right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What time is it?
It's 9 a.m. James and I were making breakfast when I, well...
Can't control your mind reading?
No, not yet at least. I hope to learn eventually, though.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
That's good. I'm assuming you had a nightmare.
Yes, I'm sorry for disturbing you both.
You didn't disturb us, miss. Besides, we'd rather make sure you're okay before anything.
You know, for demons, you're so concerned about whether I'm okay. It's really odd. Demons don't normally care if a human's okay.
Now, why don't you come downstairs with us and have some breakfast? I'm sure some nice food will take your mind off of what you dreamt of.
Would it, James? Would it? It was embarrassing to be the damsel in distress once again, but I felt rather happy that James and Damien were concerned for me, despite only knowing me for a short time. I wasn't sure if it was just courtesy, or if they were genuinely concerned. Also, I want to know, what is the radius on Damien reading minds? Is it like 25 feet or 100 feet? I would like that defined. Couldn't exactly read their minds. Alright. The two boys led me back to the dining room, where the smell of bacon and eggs danced in the air. The smell wafted from the kitchen and made its way into the room, making my stomach growl in need. Breakfast smells good.
We should be done with breakfast soon. If you want to sit down at the table, you can.
I nodded before sitting down. As I sat down, however, my mind drifted back to the dream I had. That feeling of hostility around me made my body shudder instinctively.
Morning. You alright?
Yeah, Mr. Caring Demon? Yeah, I'm fine. Sam, the owner of the hand on my head, raised an eyebrow at me before rustling my hair and moving away to sit down at the table. He then barked towards the kitchen where James was working.
Hey! Is the food done yet? I'm starving!
There's no need to yell, Sam!
Yeah, Sam.
You're yelling too!
Don't argue with me!
Don't argue with James, Sam. From behind me, Eric sat beside me, rubbing his temples in obvious annoyance.
Can we not yell this early in the morning? It's not like we're in the castle.
You guys came from a castle? Castle? For some reason, when I heard the word castle, I couldn't help but yell in surprise. These guys had a castle? Sam looked at me and smirked at my reaction.
Yeah, we have a castle back home. Our dining room's 10 times bigger than this room.
Okay, you smug little piece of shit.
And wouldn't it be logical to not yell?
No, not if you're trying to yell at the kitchen.
Whatever.
Soon James and Damien appeared, hands full of plates that carried bacon, eggs, toast, and waffles. They placed the plates down by each seat before seating themselves.
My favorite.
Finally.
Thank you for the breakfast. It looks amazing.
It's our pleasure.
You turn the tables on me now, you drop me in the cage somehow. I can never escape from you, but baby, that's alright.
Don't worry, guys. It was just my phone again. 1 second. Hello?
Hey, good morning. Guess who's at your door right now?
Oh my god. Right on cue, there was a knock from the lobby door. My heart stopped. Susan and Naomi were here.
I'll get it.
Guys, don't kiss them. Stop it. My heart quickly began to pound in my chest. Matthew was in the lobby and he'd get to the door first. I instantly jumped out of my chair and rushed out of the dining room. As I passed through the archway between the dining room and lobby, I saw Matthew reach his hand for the brass door handle, causing the world to go into slow motion. Matthew, don't! Before my words could reach his ears, Matthew had opened the door and revealed the surprised faces of Naomi and Suzu. Hello, Naomi, Suzu. Naomi, Matthew. Matthew, Naomi. Matthew, Suzu. Suzu, Matthew. Suzu, Naomi. Naomi Suzu. The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely stared back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
Hi?
You are the worst incubi I've ever seen in my life. You need to be more flattering than that, Matthew. I could not believe this was happening. How was I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Exactly. Who is this guy? Susan, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's at the door, Matthew? Oh.
This is my group of guys. They are my harem and servants. Harem and group of servants. This is my 2 girls, which we were about to form a gang. So, do you guys want to be part of the gang? Alright, anyways. It's been going on for like 56 minutes on the second hour. I mean, other than them just using their powers to seduce and getting all touchy and feely, as is expected.
Have they been seduced yet?
I don't really feel too seduced. For the most part, the best part is that I like the stuffed animal that Matthew made. Therefore, Matthew is number 1. I like James because he's not pushy. He's not too pushy like Sam and Eric. And James is like your freaking father. So no to James. James is like your father. That's so weird. So Matthew number 1. Damien. Did I say Damien? Yeah, Damien's a mind reader. So Matthew, Damien, I guess Eric, Sam, and James. That's the order. Anyways, just gonna save and just stop this game for right now. These are the worst incubi I've ever seen in my life. I do appreciate the game, though. The game's really nice. Anyways, want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Hope you have yourself a good day. Sweet Tooth signing off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye! That's a Twisted Metal reference from Twisted Metal 4. Goodbye!